From the station you count on, this is KARK4 News with your forecast first.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jessica Dean. Bob has the evening off. We are headed for another night of below freezing temperatures, and from the way things look right now, it might be time to brace for another round of winter weather. Keith joining me now, and Keith, it's almost unbelievable.
I'll tell you, Jessica, I'm getting kind of tired of you having to walk over here for every newscast.
Get in your space.
I wish we could put weather on the back burner. We've had enough wintry weather, but yes, another storm system is headed our way. Right now across Arkansas, just cloudy skies. Other than the refreezing we're going to see on the streets right now, we're not expecting any precipitation through the evening hours, but we will be keeping a close eye on a storm system that right now is developing across eastern Texas. You could already see a little bit of light rain developing in east central Texas, just northeast of Houston and Beaumont. And that storm system will be moving through Arkansas a little bit later on tonight. For that reason, and for the reason that the temperatures are going to be at or below freezing when the precipitation starts tonight and continues into tomorrow morning, the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for central and northern Arkansas. That's in effect from tonight through 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. What that means is we could see some freezing rain, some sleet, some snow. It'll be a rather messy late night and early morning hours. For your Little Rock forecast first, we're looking for temperatures to be steady right around 30 degrees. Cloudy skies this evening, 20% chance of mixed precipitation by midnight, and looks like light sleet, light rain, light snow, and rain will be likely by tomorrow morning. If you've got a tomorrow morning commute, you better brace for some slick roadways. We'll have your complete forecast, including how much ice we can expect to accumulate, coming up just a little while. Jessica?
All right, Keith, thanks so much. For thousands of people across central Arkansas, this is their third day without power. So let's take a look at the latest outage report via Entergy. So far, 134,000 people without power right now. And with the temperatures expected to dip into the 20s tonight, getting that power back on is a priority for Entergy crews. And this as those line repair crews arriving to some of the hardest hit places in Entergy's service area.
What time did I put on that? 14:27.
Entergy crews getting started to work on to restore power to roughly 1,000 customers on Kavanaugh near Crestwood in Little Rock. 7 downed power poles, a number of broken trees. With the risk that as work gets underway, more issues could happen.
We've got to dig several holes to get new poles in. This is a rocky area. We may run into rock. We may run into rock digging, and we may dig on one hole for an hour or two.
Many of the trees in the area are also covered with ice, and as crews try to trim those trees away to release pinned power lines, more poles could snap in the process. Now, they got started on that job at 2 in the afternoon. They're hoping to have it completed, best case scenario, by 8 o'clock tonight. And we've had several frustrated callers calling in to KARK asking about the trucks they're seeing idling in parking lots across the city. And according to Entergy, those are out-of-state crews who are gathering to meet up at points to head out to major jobs like that one in Hillcrest. And city leaders taking a lot of heat over the power outages. In Cabot, Mayor Bill Seibert says he's taken a lot of calls from people wanting to know when the lights and the heat will be back on. He says they've been talking to Entergy to get the latest information, but at the end of the day, there's nothing the city can do to fix those down power lines.
Cabot's no different than Magnolia or any other town around Arkansas. We just have to kind of fit in their priority scheme and schedule and assume they're taking care of us.
The Cabot Senior Center has been opened as a warming center day or night, and police officers are available to give people a ride to that center if they should need it. As the hours pass, the frustration is building over the disruption this storm is causing. We hit the streets of one of the hardest hit neighborhoods in Little Rock to see how people are coping with this third day of the aftermath. With trees still down and power still out, some people are taking matters into their own hands to go about their business as best they can. One of the worst winter storms in years is sparking a lot of curiosity. Just ask Jeremiah Stark.
We had a good ice storm a couple years back, but nothing like this. This is beyond anything we've seen here in Arkansas.
He lives in Hillcrest, one of the hardest hit neighborhoods in Little Rock.
It's 47 degrees in my apartment right now.
In some cases, the aftermath of this storm is bringing people together.
Terrell Tate's power is out, so he left his place in North Little Rock to stay with a friend in Hillcrest. But then,
by the time I got here, his power went out. So we're just stuck.
Terrell's got a little advice for the rest of us.
Stay home, because there's nothing out here but snow and ice.
The Little Rock Mayor's office reporting the city has 70 employees working around the clock to clear the limbs and trees and salt the streets as well. And if you find yourself without power, there are some things you can do to help yourself out. Of course, wear layers of clothing to keep your body warm. And if you've got one, it's advised you use a food thermometer to check the temperature of your refrigerated food. You're going to want to throw away any of that food if the temperature is more than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, water purification systems might not be working, so you'll want to check with local authorities to make sure that water is drinkable. And if a power line falls on your car while you're inside, they say stay inside and call authorities immediately. And some of those we have to watch out for the most during this time includes seniors. KARK4's Deidre Wilson telling us this winter storm is causing some major problems for them over at Paris Towers. Deidre.
Hey, Jess, yeah, it is really, really cold out here. I mean, this snow is not going anywhere. Check this out. How deep this is. I can almost be buried in it if I wanted to. You know, we're always reminded to be vigilant and careful and take care of the children and the elderly. And while everyone is trying to cope with the aftermath of this storm, you know, some people need help more than others, and they need it fast.
The seniors at Paris Towers in Little Rock passed the time away with a domino game. Like a lot of people across central Arkansas, they are without power and have been for days.
Everything is out.
Catherine Strong, president of Resident Council, says there is a whole list of problems facing the almost 300 people living here.
We have no water, we have no way to flush the commodes, we have no good drinking water.
And there is no heat. Residents are usually provided meals by a group called SCAT, Senior Citizens Activities Today. But due to the weather, no one has come in, so they have pooled their money together to barbecue.
It's real rough for us, right? And we all is old.
Floor Captain Linda McMillan says this is the worst she's ever seen it during a winter storm.
Put the lights on. Give us some heat, okay? And we do need a little bit better than housing authority. They take our money royally, okay? But now they at home warm and we sitting here in the cold and trying to feed everybody here.
Another big concern and making for a dangerous situation.
I got 3 people that need oxygen now, O2. They can't come, no one said they can come out and bring them anything.
Now, we've tried calling the manager over at Paris Towers. We didn't get any answer. We also tried calling the Little Rock Housing Authority or the Metropolitan Housing Authority. No one was there. There was a voicemail. The voicemail was full. And we just know that Entergy is working hard. First Electric is working hard to get everyone's power restored. We just hope that it gets done very quickly and everyone stays safe. Reporting live in downtown Little Rock, Deidre Wilson, KARK 4 News. Back to you in the studio, Jess.
Deidre, thanks so much. And if you're out of power and looking for a place to get warm, we do have a list of warming centers for you. Here in Pulaski County, the North Little Rock Community Center on Willow Street is open. In Little Rock, the Salvation Army and the Little Rock Compassion Center both open as well. In Faulkner County, the McGee Center on College Avenue in Conway is available. And there are 2 options in Saline County, one at the North Side Church of Christ in Benton and Bishop Park in Bryant. In Garland County, the First Church of Nazarene on Central Avenue is also open in Hot Springs. And you'll have trouble if you're going to try to drive along Interstate 40. Crews working to clear the lanes are struggling with bumper-to-bumper vehicles during certain times of the day. In the construction zone between Hayes and Brinkley, traffic is limited to 1 lane in each direction. The State Department of Transportation says crews are doing the best they can to keep all those lanes open and clear. And you want to be sure to check out the Arkansas Highway Department road closure map before you get behind the wheel. A white line on that map means that road is clear. The blue line indicates snow, a green line slush, and that purple line means ice patches are on that road. You'll want to be very careful there. You can find the map online on the weather section of our website, arkansasmatters.com. Still to come tonight, they don't just serve overseas. Find out what Arkansas National Guard members are doing to help across the state tonight.
More cloud cover and the snow cover, keeping temperatures on the cold side today. In Little Rock, 32 the high temperature, 19 the morning low. We've got some freezing precipitation overnight tonight. Weather advisories are in effect for wintry weather. We'll have all the details in just a few minutes.
This is KARK 4 News at 5 and High Definition with Bob Clausen, Jessica Dean, and Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.